We're over here at the mortgage guys.
Yes,
Yes. So I actually I had a interview with Albert. So we actually like ran into each other at, I don't know if you guys were at the 10X GrowthCon.
Jose, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm John. I set up the podcast for you back then.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So we like had an interaction. So I had contacted Albert because I saw what he was like about, what he's been up to. And I was able to resonate and relate to him because I kind of grew up a little similarly. And I after the podcast interview, I actually had asked him like, hey man, well, what I do, I help men reach peak performance, but so that you guys can focus on creating wealth, right? So the main thing that I really just wanted to come in and help you guys out with, something that, I wish someone would have told me, is just everything just kind of revolves around energy. But I'll just very quickly just share maybe a little bit about me and maybe some topics that I normally talk about, and really make it more about you guys and see like maybe things that you guys are currently going through, or maybe anything when it comes to like health, so like fitness, nutrition, mindset, when it comes to connection. And everything, a lot of what you do in your life is very mental. Okay, so everything, I found that like the most physical things, like when I actually, because I ran the LA Marathon. Well, there's a funny story, but the main thing is that I ran 26.2 miles, and when I trained for that, you think it would be very physical. It wasn't. It was very mental. Right? So if you read the Millionaire booklet with Grant Cardone, right away he says that it's like creating wealth is 80% mental and 20% mechanical. Right? So if everything's mental, guess what powers the mind? Right here. How come nobody's taking care of the body? Power up. This is the power plant. This is the powerhouse. It's gonna fuel this that's doing 80% of the work. Right? So that's why everybody that has a morning routine and adds health into it, they're a lot more successful when they add a fitness and intention into it. So that's one aspect of it. The other thing is, what the heck is who here is a car guy? Okay, cool. What the heck is what's it called? The piece that charges the battery?
Alternator.
Okay, so our bodies are a lot like an alternator. Like when you move, you create energy. So the alternator, what it does, it actually just charges the battery. So when you're moving, so funny story, when we were living in Rancho Cucamonga, me and we were boyfriend, girlfriend at the time, we went to a conference in San Diego, and when I got there, my car just stopped, like electricity shut off, luckily I actually got to a parking spot because I saw smoke, and I was like, what the heck happened? Like everything was off, like I couldn't even close the doors because everything was electrical. So what I found was that when the guy came, he's like, dude, your alternator is done, like we need to replace it. So I found a connection that like when you move your body early in the day, that's what you're doing. You're turning on the alternator so that you could charge this baby up so that this is on. So that is why it's really important to have a fitness regimen in your life. Like for example, I actually documented a 90-day transformation, and my camera guy, because he was just like in the area, like he was just in there recording me working out. He ended up just doing some workouts with me, and he didn't change anything in his diet, and he lost 30 pounds in like 6 weeks, like just working out, like just because he had a lot of excess, like right, and he noticed that he had more energy afterwards, because it's kind of like carrying a backpack of like 80 pounds or 30 pounds on you, right? When you take it off, you feel a lot lighter. So that's kind of like when you move your body, you're getting rid of the backpacks, everything that you're holding on to. But yeah, like I would say, like like working out has to do with you beating the day to the punch. Like you choose to stress yourself at a selective time in a selective place, so that the day in life doesn't stress you out. So your mind is really more of a tool, right? So this is actually a really advanced component, but when you wake up, right, like our brains are actually designed to solve problems. So the first thing you wake up thinking is problems, right? So when you like start your day off with relaxing and focusing on your breath and really just clearing your mind, it starts kind of like pushing what seems urgent and important to the side, and really just gives you time to, okay, what's that 20% that's really going to be impactful for the day today, right? So that's how I start off I actually start my day the night prior, right? By writing what is it that my 20%, what are the efforts that I need to focus on so I can get the 80% of the results. And then the morning just allows me to just clear everything out, look at what I'm going to do today, and then I begin my morning ritual or routine. But yeah, like it's a big component.
Would you say like
it's hard? I think that's harder than working out, honestly.
maintaining it, right?
Yeah, it's you want to just do micro because it's really more about consistency than it is it's frequency than it is doing things with like force. And how you do a rep, how you pick up a weight, how you do anything at the gym. I can see you working out.
If you put your weight back.
I know, if you put your weight back,
Right.
it says a lot about you. And I'll give a quick example. So when I documented a 90-day transformation, a friend of mine just wanted to come along, and I would show him how to do a certain movement. I think it was just like a squat or I forgot what it was. But he kind of tried, and he was like, I want to do this. I'll just move on to the next thing. I'm like you know what? How you do that lets me know how you handle your other situations in your life. So you're just trying to say that I get frustrated and I drop and I let go. I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're right. I do that. So it's a great. That's why I'm always saying, practice simple things with excellence. And I do this with my guys with their health, because then they can carry this philosophy into other things in their life, and then and with energy, then they could create whatever they want. So I call that power to create, right? So I first give them access to power, and then I give them power to create afterwards.
Did you replace drinking and drugs with another bad habit? Like, let's say, did you start smoking or like cigarettes or that kind of stuff? Because I know Brad.
Yeah.
He has his vaporizer.
Yeah.
And he's doing that all day. Mm-hmm. All day long he's doing his vaporizer. For example, Grant, he loves to drink red wine, so he drinks red wine maybe plenty.
Yeah.
But like especially Brad, he's always doing his vaporizer. So some people, they quit drinking, but they replace it with something else.
Yeah. Okay. So I found that when it wasn't alcohol itself that like I was like craving. Like when I stopped drinking, it was the texture. So I found that like soda water was like a great replacement. So if you guys like want to chill on the drinking when you go out, because I still gotta live my life. Like my wife wants to go out. Like I'm not gonna say no. I can't. But I go out and then I have soda water. So that quenches that. It tricks my mind that like I am drinking alcohol. So but I had to replace the whole time frame with something completely different. So that means that like normally on the weekends I would go out and with the buddies and go out and drink. So I had to replace that with something that was going to give me as much pleasure. And for me it was, instead of going out at nighttime, I replaced it with, all right, well, what if I just go out in the morning, and that forced me to do morning stuff, like go out for a hike, go spend time with friends, go to the gym, stuff like that. And then, so I had to replace what I normally do at nighttime with a day thing. So I found like, okay, maybe if I go out in the day, it feels like I went out and I did something and it feels good. And then with the drinking, I replaced it with soda water. And then like at nighttime, like let's say for example, I was like, well, I have things to do at nighttime. I replaced it with, this doesn't sound lame, but game night. Like it was actually it still brought in like that social environment, but it forced people to be there sober. And it forced me to only hang around with sober people, at least for 1 year where I really had to like lock myself in with, I couldn't be around anybody that like drank, couldn't be around anybody that offered me a drink or places where they served alcohol. So I had to like really engineer my environment. So you have to be like very proactive.
Like where can people sign up and use your coaching and buy the product or stuff like that? Like I know you're not here to sell, but health is really important. So
yeah.
I mean I told Sil, like it's really important for all of us to be healthy. Like we have our own health problems, but I'm sure all of us have like our problems is that we'll be good in the morning.
Yeah.
We'll work out every day consistently, eat healthy, but then dinner time comes around like 6 o'clock,
yeah.
and we love like good food, and we love like those nice cocktails that are juicy, that are like colorful, tasty. So I mean we don't go and get drunk. But you know, like you have a martini, it has a ton of sugar, and then you have another drink, and then all the sugar combined, and then you start eating like potatoes and rice, and then we get dessert and all that stuff. So I know that's our problem. Right. But I know we all have different problems. Some people like love sipping on Cokes and Sprites, and I know that's also bad.
Okay, cool. Okay, so when it comes to like things like that, so if you like right away want like the coaching, then just let me know. And what I actually am here to like offer again, like I'm really just want to serve you guys and serve Albert, and the company is one of the things that one of our guys are actually going through. It's a 21-day challenge because this is something I just talked about recently. It's like, you know, Albert did not become extraordinary by doing extraordinary things. He actually did very simple things that people were just lazy to do in a very excellent way, right? So when he went out to work out, he did everything with excellence. When he makes phone calls, he does it with excellence. So it's the simple things that everybody knows they have to do, but the thing is that a lot of us don't put the effort to do something excellent. So like a quick example of that is, so again, like 21-day challenge, we talk about, we just practice 3 things. It's the simple things. The first thing is, as soon as you wake up, is drinking water. So the reason why I tell my guys, can you wake up and drink some water? 1 cup, 2 cups? And they say yes, I'm like, cool, you're good to go. We can be part of it, right? But the reason why is because, so this is why. So when you wake up, you've been fasting for 8 hours, and when you drink water, what you want to do is a gut check. So when you drink a cup to 4 cups of water, within 5 minutes, you're gonna want to go poops, right? So that actually is a sign, without having to go to the doctor, that your gut's in check. Because actually, the gut is the most important. It's one of the most important body parts. But this is actually the domino that knocks down your health. So if people have a condition, it's because this went down first. Okay. The second thing is something that I like to call is taking out the trash. Right? So taking out the trash is, so let's say for example, we go to Albert's house and he throws a dope party and like we go and get crazy, we drink lots of soda water and we leave the Perrier bottles on the ground. I just don't drink, so I'm just saying soda water. But when we leave and we don't help him clean, then what has happened is that his house is now dirty, right? So that's kind of like what we do like during the weekends or during the week, right? Or like maybe at night times, like when we want to have some cocktails. So now we have all these bottles, everything just left behind. So by exercising, by turning on it's called the lymphatic system, you're actually just getting your trash people to come in and clean up the place and keep the place nice and tight, right? So when you drink, when you have some Taco Bell or maybe something that you're not really supposed to have, then what happens is that it just kind of moves around in your body, and then it has nowhere to go. So then it just gets stored in your fat, right? So when you move your body at least for 15 minutes a day, elevate your heart rate for at least 15 minutes, you're initially taking out the extra resources, even just water. Like you're holding on to too much water. So that's why I always say like the 21 day, when people do the 21-day challenge, they're like, dude, I lost like 10 pounds. I'm like, yeah, that's just water weight. And some fat, right? But you feel a lot lighter and you feel better, you have more energy. So the second, that's the second thing, it's just elevating your heart rate for at least 15 minutes, or just join Albert at the gym at 2 in the morning. So one of the two. But from the 15 minutes, it eventually, you see that it's important and you start allocating more time to it. But the consistency is really key. And then the third thing is, the third thing is, what is it? Oh yeah, the green drinks. So people say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's half true and half not. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read that book. I bought it originally for myself, but it has been recommended by one of my other mentors.
Yeah.
Petros Kulian. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So basically, that was in his number 2 list. The first one was Outwitting the Devil. That was more my. This is more money.
So that one is
Oh, sweet man. I've been meaning to get this one too.
Yeah, that's
special. That one is
my number 1 book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like my Bible.
950 instead of the
Okay, got it.
1,000.